All right. Welcome back, everyone. Thank you so much for tuning into another stream. If you guys are new here, in the morning, we come in, we take a look at NQ price action and see what interaction we have between Asia session and London session. At night, we come back and take a look at what actually happened. So this morning, let's get into it. Let's see what we got going on. We typically start off on that higher time frame, so we'll begin with that 4 hour. Yesterday, what I was looking at was the potential rejection of this OTE of this previous day. You can see that liquidity swip. But what I was looking at was this OTE right here, right? And this fair value gap on the 4 hour. We do have one more above, but I like this one that we are currently rejecting. So we'll start off by looking there, right? Because that is going to be an important. So this is also outlined inside the Discord. So if you guys are interested in that, check us out at www.papers.io and see where we're at. So let's see. What we got here. 4 hour price has rejected the FHE. So looking, the 4 hour price has rejected that FEG above inside the OT of the range from the previous day's range. So from the previous day's range, OTE from so this OT FEG from 23 FEG. So that's the fair value gap to right there. Right, currently inside of this, one thing that I used to look at was the range of this 2 a.m. candle, right? So let's get rid of this. So the range of this candle, typically price does come back and reject something in there. So you can see right there, right, that we came into the 705 and now we are rejecting it. If we cannot get back above this range, we will likely continue to the downside in this hourly the way it's opening up. So far we're holding the close right there, but it might want to continue to the downside here into that New York open, potentially maybe sweep some of these liquidities. We could see an S&D profile day given the interaction between the London session and the Asia session. Let me turn this down, otherwise I'm going to be raving so hard. So the interaction between the Asia session and London session, right? We could see potentially an S&D day, so where we sweep one side and then go for the other side. Well, seek and destroy profile. So on the hourly, I am looking at the FEG that price has below and has the potential of tracing back down to, and you can see there's that reaction, right? So let's see right here. This is where we're going to be looking. It's look at that dumpy right now. Look at that continuation on the hourly. Let's see if they want to give us that full downside run here. They don't want to give us some sort of continuation into the downside here on that thing. No, there's going to be this fair value gap that's going to form out right now. Right, potential fair value gap. So you could we take a little guy here down to this right there. Let's see if they want to. Right, just based on how this hourly is looking. I'll try one contract right now. Down to that 27,191. Let's see if this works. Yeah, there. Oh no, there you go. Look at that. So I'm one contract right now. We're seeing if it wants to reach this. Potentially maybe this one right there. It's 27,147.25. 27,147.25. 27,147.25. 147. Yeah. As we are about to open 5 more minutes before the actual trading session opens up. Right, so let's take a look here. So as hourly, right, this hourly could continue potentially maybe into the OTE of this whole session right there. So right now, what we're looking at potentially retracing back down to the FAG that we have below. Where's below? This potential retracing back down to the FAG. There. This would also be inside the OTE of the range that has formed from the run to the upside yesterday. So right now, right, what we could be looking at is the potential of this to this and retrace into this 705 right there around 27,125. FAG next to the OTE there at 0705. So let's see if price wants to come back down to there. Let's see if they want to do that, right? That's what I would be looking at is this maybe, right? Give us a little bit of a W pattern right there, and that is into the open, right? On the 15-minute, there is a fair value gap down here as well, looking at potential 27,147.25 liquidity. We swept this one, rejected back down to the downside here. There's a lot of good liquidity on the downside as well. We still have some stuff on the upside as well as that Asia session high right there that we could look at right on the 15-minute. Looking on the 15-minute, there is a liquid 27,147.25 that we are looking at as a potential retrace down to. On the 5-minute, right? So on the 5-minute, this is where we're going to be cautious here. We have this fair value gap on the upside. So there is potential on this new 15-minute to open up, tap into here, continue to the downside, and maybe reverse back down from there. So that is what we're going to be looking at, given that typically 5-minute, so given that the 5-minute time frame, given that the 15-minute going into 9:30. An open low, hike lows, so we could be looking at the tap of the FAG above on the 5-minute, and then a continuation into the liquidity and before the upside. So this is kind of the area where we are going to be watching that rising VIX fix, right? As price begins to rise, we want to watch and make sure that one second. I want to make sure that we're not longing on that, or we're not shorting on that rising VIX fix, as typically, right, as the VIX fix rises, we don't want to tap into anything. We do have a lot of good liquidity on the upside as well that does post that potential. Today's news, in terms of news, what do we got? 8:30 crude oil inventories. Everything else has come out. The only things to watch out for is Fed speaking today, as well as a lot of earnings. So we got Microsoft, Amazon, Meta, and Google. So let's take a look real fast. MSFT, Microsoft has this fair value gap, so maybe Microsoft does something like this on ERs. I'll retest that. Microsoft, yen. Amazon is cranking it. Amazon, Meta. And a similar thing. Maybe some retrace. Everything is freaking topping Apple tomorrow. Yeah, I'm curious to see what they do on these earnings, as that can give either pump or dump NQ, as well as Powell today too. So let's see what we have going into this session opening. I'm gonna set one more buy order potentially at that 27,227.52. And we'll see where we'll go from there. See if they tag us in. So, right like this. Right. They could come up a little further. Sweep these liquidities right there. Right, that's not out of the picture. All of this consolidation could be cleared up. That even, wait, did we ever sweep the bottom of this? No, I don't think so. What's the low on this? 191.75. 191.75. So we got some equal lows right there too. So there's no sweep. We swept the top of London, but did not sweep anything else. Another thing to look at, actually, is the OTE of the London session. So right here, right, if we're going into the opening, want to see if price does come up anywhere within that range, we are going to potentially short out of. So on the 5-minute, we are also OT of the Asian session and seeing if price is to reject out of it as potential for some shorts. And we are headed to the upside. So break of the OTE is going to mean we're going to go for the opposite side of that London session. If we can hold the OTE, there's potential for rejection, right? But right now, this is kind of what I'm looking at as the potential into open low or open high, low close candle on that 15-minute. So you can see, so we swept the bottom of this 5-minute right now. See what they want to do. See if they tag us in. As far, I have not swept the previous 15-minute low. There we go. Swept the London session lows. We're continuing to the downside. Nice flushy. You can see there's... Let's see what we do around that 147 area over here. Did not come back up all the way there. We got that rising VIX fix coming up. So rising VIX fix sweep of liquidities are typically what we look at. Let's see if they give it to us. Order filled. And we're tagged out. There we go. Alright, so now the sweep has come, and now we're continuing to dump. Let's see if they bring it all the way into that thing. There we go. We can put this into our journal. Oh no, it's Wednesday. Wednesday AM. And there's that sweep, right? So sometimes after the sweep and rising VIX 6, I'll turn on my 1 minute time frame and see what they do from here. See if we get some kind of reversal candle on this thing. Might try some longs in a second. See if they're tagging that. See if they hold that there. Or if they want to make new lows with it. On this 1 minute. If they can hold this wick, we can continue to the upside. $800. We're technically within that range. So I want to continue this further down, just a little lower. There's SFB forming out. Continuation so far. No reversal yet. And the thing is, we don't have to reverse. That's the thing. The way this 4 hour is looking, it's we don't have to do anything. We don't have to reverse. We don't have to come back up to the upside. But we did sweep that London session lows, so there is maybe a potential to retest it right before rejection, continuation further to the downside. So that's what we will be watching right now. There's this fair value gap on the 15 minute that we could potentially see a reaction out of. That is also on the hourly there. All right, if they really wanted to. Right now, 1 minute swing failure pivot. So let's see if they want to do anything with it. I'll probably smack 2 contracts here in a second. See if they can confirm us on this thing. See how this next 5 minute opens up. Curious. This 1 minute's looking decent-ish. Where'd that go? 170. Okay. Let's see how they open this puppy up. How this next 5 minute opens up. Next 5 minute. Let's see. I'm gonna wait for another sweep there. Let's see, in new low. Okay. New low is just digging deep into there. There's one more liquidity. Let's see if they farm this out. SFP, maybe. Okay, I'm gonna slap 2 contracts maybe for a quickie. We need to back above this 1 minute candle there. Nope, not yet, not yet. We're waiting.
Order filled.
Let's see. They want to come up at least on the 1 minute to the top here. To the top of this previous 1 minute candle. I'm liking this SFB here. taking one off right there. Okay. Let's see where they go up top. See, I'm looking, so I took one off right there. Let's see if they want to maybe reach into here. All right. 27 and 174. And 7-4, they're going a little further. See if they can hold above it. And there's that, right? There's that 15-minute. And they're continuing it. Okay. Might come back down below it. Okay. I'm all out. What is that S&P? Let's wait and see if they form a fair value gap right there and can give us some kind of continuation. Maybe I'll take some more. So this would be a decent 15-minute reversal here for a continuation back to the upside. They can form this fair value gap right there. Look like they want to dip below that 1550 EMA quite yet. So I'm looking at this right now. At this and that, right? As a potential trade right now. Just don't want them to reverse that 5-minute, right? So let's see how that we react out of this thing. If they went further. I'll take 2 more. The reaction out of it. Let's see if we can capture anything on it. Let's see if they continue this thing. We're watching here. Need back above this 27,174. So see, I'll take one off there at 27,174. So if we can get back above there. Taking one off there. Oh, I just bought another one. Whoops. Whatever. Let's see. That's the break of that 27,174. So let's see what they give us here. They can displace this. I'm selling one there. See if they want to continue this on the 1 minute. So far, we're rejecting that London session closing price. And we're facing a 5-minute fair value gap as well. Taking one more off there. Let's see if so if we continue, there's that, right? On the 5-minute, we need to displace this fair value gap in order to continue to the upside, as well as that London session low there. Let's see, hide this OTE. I'll put this into our Wednesday AM session. And now this is what we were watching. We're watching this fair value gap right here. And if we can displace this, we can potentially come back above over here. So 27, 250, 75-ish area. I'm just curious to see where they want to take this thing. One minute forming out a swing failure pivot there. Yeah, we can't get back below this. We need to displace this level, continue to the upside on the 5 minute. Make sure my mic is on. Yeah, basically back above that daily open, above that London session low there is where we need above. We cannot get above this level. We are likely to reverse to the down 27, 191, 75, 27, 197, 25-ish area. That's where we need above. So broke below this value area low, got back above it. Now there's potential to go back into value area high, right? So we have to break this. This is just for funsies. See, so they're facing a little bit of rejection, struggling over here. You can see there's that 15-minute open low, high close potential. Still watching this hourly as we did come into that 618, right into 618, tapped it, kissed it on the forehead. Did not want to come back above it. So I have one more contract left here. See, this next 15 minutes about to open up. So if they close above it, that's going to be good for us there. They need to close back above this 5-minute fair value gap right there. You can see right now how we're kind of just basing around it, not wanting to break above currently. So it's 30 minutes doing. 30 minute looks fucking. Let's see, 10 more seconds left in this 5-minute candle and this 15-minute candle. So 15-minute, new 15-minute opens up. So we could reverse back to the downside here. There's that sweep of that previous 5-minute candle low. I might add into it. Add in. Not yet. We'll see it close above this. I don't want to see this swing failure pivot play out. If I add, it's going to bring my average down. Sweeping this. See if this whole ordeal holds here. Okay, I will slap one more. Get back above. I'm gonna say they might want lower on this thing. Stop one more just to average it up. I can know that we're holding this so far, right? We swept this. So we do have some potential, but 5-minute wise, it is still looking a little rejecty. So we'll watch and see if they want to come back above into here. And I will take one off here in a second as we come back above into that 5-minute fair value gap. And I am taking, oh, one more off there. So I took one off. Just came back into that London session. Now we need to see a solid displacement above this and a continuation to the upside out of it. But we need to break through that London session low, daily open level. Otherwise, you can see that's going to be a kind of point of struggle for us there.
She looks like an angel.
Let's see where they take it.
Angel.
We did not sweep that previous 15-minute or previous 5-minute high either. See, rejected right out of that 5-minute fair value gap. So the idea is that if they can break back above this, there's potential for us to go to that opposite side, right? Let's see. Still struggling a little bit there. Need a solid break of that level. Okay, we're seeing a little bit of a break there. And just stay above it. Now we can come up into these. We can break this level. Rushing for it. I'm really running that thing up. Okay. Let's see. Just don't want it to come down now on us. So a previous 15-minute high, and we're tapping into that fair value gap on the 15-minute as well. So we could face that rejection, right? That's kind of what we're seeing right now. That maybe they want to retest it, come back. Let's see, because if this 5-minute closes below those, that's not going to be fun for us, huh? Let's see where she want to go. This hourly would be nasty if they went to outside it, huh? Because we haven't swept the top there. On top of this hourly, where is that? 27,253. Yeah, that's about where these liquidities are. That's the one thing, right? Trading on the 1 minute, you always have to watch your higher time frame. So like right now, right, even though we did break above it, it kind of looks like we're holding the 15 minute, we are rejecting this fair value gap. So that's one thing. And the way the bodies are closing, we don't want to see a close of this 5 minute back below this level. Otherwise, that's going to be bad news, right? And it's going to continue to the downside. So if we were looking for any kind of reversal, we would need to have a solid close back above here in order for some kind of continuation to the upside. Look at that, right? Now they are running it all the way back. Looks like. Was that wiki price action on NQ? It's fucking NQ for you. Potential for a rising 3 here. So this, if we can remain within the range of this one-way candle, there's potential for it to expand back up into here. It did sweep these liquidities right there, so that was one thing to watch out for. See 20 seconds in this 1 minute candle left. See if they want to continue this thing up. There's our rising 3. I'm cranking this fucking thing. We haven't tapped into the 5 minute fair value gap up above yet. But this 15 minute fair value gap is showing a little bit of resistance to us right now. We'd like this SFB there on the 1 minute, as that could be combined with this 15 minute. That could be a nice reversal. So we need a solid displacement above that 27 to 2075 for continuation to the upsurd. The new 5 minute opened up. We're back above it. Yeah, I think we can come up. Don't want to reject that 5 minute fair value. We need through this one now. Good close above that. As I said, right now we are tapping the value area high there. And there's that 5 minute fair value gap projection, right? So we're waiting to see how this hourly wants to close too. So if this hourly can go outside, we could definitely come back up into that London session high there. Into all of these guys right there. 27, 5, 25150. 25150. It needs through this fair value gap first. We did displace this one, so that's good. Right. And if we look over here also, the way I believe we bounced right on the 50% of that wick there. Close to it. Our 5 minute showing us a little bit of resistance right now. Not way upper right. Let's see if they want to get through this thing. Oh, we're about to open up a new hourly, so that's another thing. 3 more minutes until the next hourly opens up. It's one thing we're watching, so if they don't want to, next hourly is going to be interesting here. Let's see if this 15-minute would need to close above this fair value gap there. They can give us that potential. Nothing at 8 a.m. Like we said, nothing at 8 coming out. For news-wise. Right, if they reject this fair value gap right there, then we're watching OTE here. So here's why we took longs. At the bottom, as we were coming down into here, we got that swing failure pivot. Or we had this SFP there, but this is a liquidity, right? Bodies are holding above that liquidity sweep. Rising VIX fix, that gives us a confirmation that price does not want to close below that. So this gives us that reversal back up into the upside. On the 1 minute, we took the previous trade over here into the OTE right below 50%, right? So this is fair value gap that held, gave us that continuation into the upside. Now we're watching to see if they want to hold above it, get above this fair value gap, and give us that potential continuation into the London session highs there. So that's kind of what we outlined this morning. Right, there's that. Maybe. Oh my goodness, what are we looking at? Let's see. $15-minute looking to close back below this fair value gap that it has. Got 1 more minute left on this thing. And this will also be 1 more minute new 4-hour opening up too. 30 seconds left until they open this puppy up. Not what I wanted to do. 10 seconds left. Squawk. So yapping anything. New hourly is open. Tapping into the here. That one session. There's that 5-minute fair value gap projection. Let's see. So there's potential for us to come back into OT of this range now, right? So OT right there. Retesting this inverse there. At 15-minute, right? We're still rejecting this fair value gap there. I think that we could also be looking inside this right there, right? They're almost back to our entry there. Oh, careful. Let's try maybe along here. Maybe I'll add to. So you're inside of this guy.
Treasury yields extend climb, reaching the highest levels since March.
Treasury yields extend high, whatever.
Well,
Let's
hello,
see.
everybody. This is Donald J. Trump.
I just
Your
added to the
financial
position.
podcast.
Let's see.
If you're a real day trader, go real time at financialjuice.com/purchase and save 67% on a subscription. Isn't that one big, huge, brilliant deal? Come on, people.
Needs to buff this 1 minute fair value up there. So we need to hold that daily open in order to see something from out to the upside and hold this fair value gap as well. You can see that rejection, right? That's the 5 minute fair value gap that we said. Okay, potential there. But 1 more minute left in this 5 candle. They're gushing her down. That's not what we want to see. But right, we're trading the price. Where does price want to go? Rejecting that and close below that 50 minute fair value gap. So we're watching, waiting here. Ten more seconds in this 5 minute candle left. Consolidation there. This next 5 minute does. I see 1 minute. Technically, it's the 1 minute fair value gap that we need to get above this 1 minute fair value gap. We need to get through this whole ordeal right there. To get through that thing. Let's see if they want to do anything with it. I am taking one off right here. No. Oh, wait. A little bit. See that 5 minute nasty. As I said, we would need through that. Let's see what we're at on RP. So we are at that midpoint right now. Where's our value area high? So we reject the value area high. Let's see what they do on this puppy. There's Wednesdays. What is Wednesdays? What do we like to do on Wednesdays? So Wednesdays we do like to retrace the New York Midnight Open, which is at 27,284. Let's see if that's something that they want to do.
Chinese diplomat says China and EU held meeting on rare earth export controls on March 23rd as part of upgraded mechanism. Two sides agreed to continue in-depth discussions on export control.
2 more minutes left in this 5-minute candle. And then the next candle will be our last of this 15-minute. So that is one thing to watch. If they can't get back above this fair value gap on the 1 minute, there's likely this candle closes red on the 15-minute, right? Which would be...
So heads up, Senate is voting on Fed Chair nominee Walsh.
Let's see here, and we're dipping back below my price there. Just have to love that 5-minute candle. Let's see what they do with this thing. As long as we remain within the range of this 5-minute, it should be decent. This could give us a rising 3 into the upside here. Could fuck around and add a third one, just for funsies. Honestly. I'll wait for the next 5 minutes to open up. Let's see where they want to go. Next 5 minute opening up. Which way they want to take it?
Iran's Deputy Foreign Minister Garibabadi says that some neighboring governments cannot be considered neutral.
Not Iran. Shut up, Iran.
It's quoted, being cited there by Tasnim News.
Should we add a third one just for fun?
Also, Garibabadi said, according to Tasnim, further pointed to the support of some regional nations for the military aggression against Iran by providing territory, facilities, and military installations located in these nations.
I'm buying a third
Noting
one.
with provision of this support, which has also
Just
been
for-
documented, some neighboring governments cannot be considered neutral governments.
Let's see where we go. If we can get back above my...
Forge Fed nomination has enough committee votes to advance. Content facts. Russia says they're going to continue working with partners in OPEC+.
Just 1 minute.
So now, Fed Chair nominee Walsh, approved by Senate Banking Committee, advances to full Senate vote.
We'll take one off at 27,199, 27,199. Where's this inverse fair value go? Well, realistically, this 5 minute, if we can get back above daily open, this 5 minute could give us a rising 3 there, if that's what they would like to do. So far, they're rejecting this, as you can see. So there's that 1 minute fair value gap that we would need to get above. in order for some sort of continuation. Okay, I'm gonna take taking one off there.
Order filled.
That was a good average for us there.
So according to Podgorny's report in regards to Walsh, the vote was along party lines and Senator Walsh's nomination for floor vote when the Senate returns after its May 4th recess week.
Back at this 1 minute fair value gap right now. Right, like I said, we need through this thing in order for us to get back into this area there. I got 2 more minutes left on this 5 minute candle, last of the 15-minute candle. Taking off over here at this. What is this high? 216.25. I'll do 216.50. And then we'll hold that last one to the 27.251. Said need through that fair value up on the 1 minute.
Order filled.
Another one just taken off, so now we got one more contract left. There's our 5 minute rising 3.
According to IPO filing set here, must
New 15
only be
minute
removed
opens
from the
up.
SpaceX board for officer roles by vote of the share class it controls. Also seen Germany's 10-year bond yield touching 3.1%, the highest since March 30th, last up around 3.08%, up by 2 basis points in the day.
Also, they could chop this thing around now with whatever the fuck they please, given that we have FOMC and those news dropping later. But let's see if that contract wants to give us some room to the upside there.
From this end, SpaceX is telling investors that no one can fire Musk from his role as CEO and chairman of the board without the billionaire founder's consent. This according to an excerpt of its IPO filing.
Struggling above this 1 minute fair value up, huh? Need something strong through it. Need that 1 minute to remain above it there. Alright, for 20 more seconds. So a different song for this. So if I could, let's see. If this body wants to stay above without that SFP. 15-minute fair value gap too. So yeah, it's 2 more minutes left in this 5-minute candle. Nice close back above that. 1 minute. Come on. See, 2 more minutes left in that thing. Yeah, there's potential for that previous hourly high there, yeah. One minute left in the candle. See where they want to take it.
I've been waiting for this to drop for fucking ever.
That 1 minute looks gay. So previous 15-minute high there. We got 10 more minutes left in the. See where she want to go. It's a decent close. See if they continue this to the upside there.
10 minutes ago now, we get the Bank of Canada press conference with Macklem. We'll get the video on the feed shortly. And we also get the EIA crude oil inventories. Forecast is for a draw of 0.19 million compared to the prior, for build of 1.25 million. Gasoline inventory is expecting a draw of 2.785 million. Prior was a draw of 4.57 million. Distill inventory is expecting a draw of 2.15 million. Prior was a draw of 3.427 million.
Yeah, guys, shut up.
Cushing inventories. Prior was a build of 0.806 million.
So let's listen to this guy. Why is this thing not wanting to
So
work?
looking at the range of
for
crude
me?
oil
Oh,
inventories,
because I need to be on the.
expecting a range of
There we
build
go.
of
That's
3
why.
million to a draw of 2 million. Some runner last night with the API data. API crude oil stock change came in at a draw of 1.79 million compared to the expected build of 0.3 million. And the prior of that was a draw of 4.47 million. We have also posted out the video for Bank of Canada feed as well.
So you're just waiting here. But big idea today was, right, the range sweeps, right? Sweep the bottom of the range extreme. There's potential for us to go back to that top of the range extreme. Once they's also edge full, if you guys have heard of it, but there's a good statistics on there that once there's like an 80-90% chance that price retraces into that New York midnight open, which is sitting at that 27,284. So there's that trade idea right over here at the bottom. If you guys were not here when we were trading and took some longs, we were looking at initial shorts. We took those down to this liquidity at 27,147.25, and then after we came down over here, we waited for this 5 minute to sweep at a rising VIX body start closing above this liquidity, which gives us more of that confirmation that price may want to continue to the upside, and we got that reversal right into this 5 minute candle where price rejected Now we're just kind of consolidating within this area at this 15-minute fair value gap and that 5-minute fair value gap. So we're watching, seeing what price wants to do here. If we can break through this fair value gap, we can get into that 27,251.50 area and sweep this little consolidation. Then that gives us potential for a continuation into obviously London session highs there. Let's see. Just kind of waiting. I have one contract. We took multiple contracts. I added one. This is the last one that I've added to the position here at 27,195. When we had that retrace. Let's see it. Okay, we're sweeping that. No. And do we want that previous hourly high? Holding the closing price on it. 2 more minutes left on this 5-minute. Let's see. Nope. Not want it. We're giving us an SFP there. I believe in you, girl. Do you believe in you? CISD level at 27. 243.75. Okay. Waiting on this last contract to sell off. Oh, come on. They're so close. Okay. I might just fuck off over here. And
Order filled.
nice.
Hexdeath says defense budget request reflects.
That's all we got today. So thank you guys for watching.
About 5 minutes ago now,
Thank you
we get the
for
crude oil
tuning in.
inventories and the back
Here's
end
our
price
final
which
count
is
for today.
EA crude oil inventories forecast is.
Thank you for watching. Thank you for tuning in. I love you. I appreciate you.
Gasoline
We'll see you in the
inventories
next one.
forecast for
Peace out.
2.7.